And then Germany got involved in war, and he had to get out of there because he was rich, he was popular, he was famous. He had to get his children out of there.
And they'd been murdered outright, just killed everybody.
They ran to the Alps.
Okay.
And that's where she's going.
In real life, if you had to do that, and imagine these kids seeing people shot in the head and families, just people being everybody they know. It's like the government's coming out to murder you specifically. Imagine the government hunting you and wants to kill you and your whole family.
In actuality, that's a true story.
I know what I'm saying. So the music is intensely powerful and healing. I think it can be. So if you're young and you see that stuff, it could traumatize you your whole life. So maybe that music, man, because it just shows you the power. For music to help those kids in that situation, it shows you the level of power of music. That is my drug of choice.
They made a mistake in that movie.
Okay. Is it a continuity error? Or?
Yes.
Okay.
The youngest child, and the amount of time that the captain said his wife had been dead, don't jive.
It was just probably a number mess up or something. Okay. Most mistakes in a movie are called continuity errors. Let's say you shoot a scene, but something messed up near the end in post-production. You have to do reshoot. So you try to recreate the scene, but something might not be right about missing from that scene. So you take the first couple sentences you said and the last part, you put them together, but guess what? They forgot that thing in the back because they had to reshoot it. Well, it looks like a mistake, but it's because it's not continuous. It's a continuity error. There's a lot of them in that movie.
That's the only one I ever picked up on because it is a true story. She was a real nun. She really tried to make it in the convent. They really didn't want her.
I believe you on all that. All right. If you want to find continuity easy, always look at clocks on a wall or anywhere, especially the ones with hands, an analog clock. They almost always fucking have big, huge differences. That shows you how you might shoot a scene 20 times in a day. Also look at cups of fluid that have water anywhere, if there's a dinner table and multiple angles and different cuts. That cup will change the amount of water constantly. Just because it takes all day. Those are guaranteed to usually do it.
Plus the angle that the light is coming into the picture. If it's taking you all day to shoot four frames, sometimes the light changes.
If the scene requires that light to be like that, you have a very limited window sometimes.
Yeah.
And that's that's the job of the crew. I'll tell you what. Being a director is hard as shit, man. I'll tell you, post-production, you might have 200 hours of film, which might have taken 6 months to prepare and get it all right, to get it all that, a year. And then you got post-production, or principal photography is when you get all your film shots, all your shots. And you know that by doing your storyboard. And, I want this to look like that, so I have to have a camera that way. And all this shit, man. And then you have to go into post-production and then whittle that down to 2.5, 3 hours.
Ask Google. When did Hollywood start using storyboards?
I can't right now because we're filming.
Oh.
But I will actually do that. Actually, I'll like to learn that. Now, I was just explaining to my mom earlier how if you want to have special effects, which is different than the visual effects, let's say I want to have something show right here, I have to put my hand up and then pre-plan it so that way when I do my shooting, I already know what the action to do. Later on, when I'm editing it, I'll put an effect right there. But there's so much planning that goes in with that stuff. But
let me tell you when I got interested in special effects.
Okay.
When I was 12 years old, the movie from Alfred Hitchcock, The Birds, came on TV.
Wrong.
When those birds attack people, those birds did not attack people in real life.
No, of course not.
But you would never know that wasn't real life. Except for a few real close-ups where they're just pecking right there at the head.
He didn't glamorize it. He was visceral.
I'm saying Hollywood was able to make it look real, even though these birds weren't really coming off the electric wire and attacking children.
That's visual effects and edit. You'd be surprised how much magic is done in post-production, just simply by cutting, splicing, edging, and merging, and looping a 2 seconds clip.
Okay, that came out when I was 12.
Okay. Yeah.
We're talking 50 years ago?
You're saying I'm debating that. No, I'm agreeing with everything you said.
I'm saying a lot. That was 50 years ago, and that was special effects.
Okay, when did TVs come out?
No, I meant that movie. It came out in 1969.
Yeah, well, they wouldn't have filmed effects or that kind of shit unless the TV was out, so that dictated.
Oh, well, the TV came out. 30s.
Because of the TV. I mean, before you would have to go to a show.